And I go to the University of Colorado, and I'm in the same sorority actually as Alexander Wallace. Kappa, Kappa, Kappa. Go Hoodies! Anyhow, I just want to say that a couple of years ago on our campus, kind of the same thing happened. We had a similar brown people brouhaha, and it was caused by a letter by a student called Max Karson, who published in the campus press this piece called "The War on Asians," and I guess he didn't really think to make a vlog at that time, and so only the University of Colorado Asians really felt it or saw it, and I really just actually feel like it's unfair that Alexandra got so much publicity for her poli-sci essay, but, you know, Max didn't, and especially when this is happening like all over the country. I mean, there's a whole generation of Asian students being told that they're not allowed to look or feel or dress or, you know, just be Asian because it makes the rest of us feel angry or uncomfortable or, you know, incendiary or whatever. I don't really know exactly. I'm in psych myself. I'm not in poli-sci, and right now we're doing phrenology, so I'm not really on that topic, but I guess it might be about fear or power or the need to blame other people for our problems. Anyways, I'm going to read Max's letter for you because I think that more people need to hear it so that, you know, you don't think that it's only happening at UCLA, because it's not. Here we go. Since I transferred to CU last year, woo! I've noticed some tension between the white students and Asian students. There's never any outright conflict, but I notice little things like Asians always seem surprised when I talk to them. They stare at me for a few seconds as though I must have made some mistake. Once they realize I'm intentionally speaking to them, they aren't always thrilled. On the other hand, white people are quick to ridicule Asians. They have no problem with making demeaning remarks about their looks, their mannerisms, and accents, things they would never say about black people. So when an Asian... I'm sorry, Maury Povich is just so loud. I'm such a fool for not realizing it sooner. I can't tell you how many times the Asians have treated me like a retarded weasel, and I've forgiven them. But now I know that Asians are not just a product of their environment, and their rudeness is not a cultural misunderstanding. They hate us all. And I say it's time we started hating them back. That's right, no more tolerance, no more cultural sensitivity, he puts those in quotes. No more pretend I'm not racist, also in quotes. It's time for war. But we won't attack their bodies or minds, we'll attack their souls, which we know is much, you know, more effective, right? When you attack someone's soul, it's kind of like what people have done to, you know, cause genocides and stuff. They start with their souls. Anyways, the first step of phase 1 is to find them all. Anyone who's interested in signing up to volunteer can do so by emailing me. Next Sunday at noon, we will meet at Farron Field. That's one of our fields in the school. It doesn't matter. Each volunteer will be issued an extra-large butterfly net. The hunt will then begin. When I blow my whistle, we will scatter in every direction and catch as many Asians as possible. Make sure to pay special attention to the rec center, the UMC, the math and engineering buildings, and Lollicup. If you're not sure if someone's Asian, give them a calculus problem due in their head. If they get it right, it's not them. I thought Asians were good at math. Captured Asians will be dragged to my apartment on the hill and hogtied. Once they're all secured in my living room, phase 2 will come into effect. The Asians' reformation will begin with a 100-round beer pong tournament. They will listen to It's a Small World on repeat while they play. When the tournament is finished, the Asians will then be forced to eat bad sushi from Hapa with Forks, which is a local place. When all the sushi is gone, they will be permitted to sleep for 4 hours, but the entire time I will shout through a megaphone over and over, "Why didn't you make enough wheeze?" Which is probably only for the Japanese students, but, you know, all of them kind of fall into the same category. In the morning, the Asians will arrange themselves in rows. If they haven't naturally done so already, I will stand in front of them and hold up a card with the name of an emotion on it, like sad or surprised. The Asians must make facial expression to match the word on the card. Any Asian who remains deadpan or makes the wrong face will be tickled until they pee. When all Asians make the correct face at the same time, the game will end, but they will be yelled at for being conformists. Then the Asians will be allowed to play Dance Dance Revolution. However, the game will be rigged so the Asians receive no points regardless of how robotically they dance. That's not really fair, because I've seen some very good Asian dancers, especially from Korea. Any Asian who tries to escape will be butterfly netted and sent back to my apartment for another phase 2. Anyone caught speaking any language other than English will be kissed on the lips. Once the Asian spirit has been broken, Phase 3 will begin. Before we let the Asians go, we will go to their homes and redecorate them in the traditional American style. We will replace their rice cookers with George Foreman grills, their green tea mochi with fried Snickers bars, and their rice rockets with Hummers and booster seats. When Phase 3 is complete, the Asians will be released. Now, I understand that this plan may upset some of you Asian readers, but the only way to make peace would be to expel you. If you're smart, you'll turn yourselves in now, and it will all be over in a few days. Besides, look on the bright side. We're not going to put you through anything we haven't put ourselves through, and we all turned out fine. And he was actually campus press staff editor, Max Karson, and here's his address, Max.Karson, Karson, at colorado.edu. There he is. So, all I want to say is, if that didn't make Asians mad, I don't know what would. Making fun of people is not necessarily bad. Like, everybody makes fun of William Hung. I know that at the Kappa house, we listen to William Hung's Christmas album on repeat. And I mean, I love it at the KKK house when that's on. I just laugh and laugh. And you know what? Sometimes some Asians laugh with us, and they probably don't even know why, but it probably has to do with some kind of self-preservation or wanting to distance themselves from those kind of Asians, you know, and be part of our all-American crowd so that they can laugh at us at William Hung for being, I don't know, like just so Asian-y. And they might feel like that if they laugh with us, it means it's fine. And they're going to be safe if anything ever happens, like, you know, an internment again or genocide or whatever. But actually, you know, if they weren't laughing along with us, we wouldn't know. We would just see them as other Asians because they are Asian, no matter what they laugh at, aren't they? And they could get their rights taken away just like everybody else if something were to happen. So, I mean, laughing and fearing the foreigner in their own country is like the first step, really, isn't it? Towards genocide and the creation of an Ubermensch idea. I like that Nietzsche. He's so complex. Anyways, it's not like anyone got killed, okay? It's not like the Vincent Chin thing where everyone, you know, was so angry at Japanese people that they killed that poor Chinese boy because they were blaming Japanese people for taking away their jobs. So I think we all need a little perspective here, and I hope this helped.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every